Hello, welcome back to Fires Gaming. My name is Ben, and today we're going to continue on with Ever17. So, last time out, we got a nice lecture from you about the myth of Pygmalion. Then everybody went up to go check on Tsugumi, only to find her missing. And Takashi hunted her down in like one of the pipe rooms down here on the 3rd floor. And it doesn't look like she's injured anymore. Maybe she hurt her other foot instead of the leg that got stabbed. I don't know. But either way, she bolted out of the room like she wasn't hurt at all. So, yeah, hopefully we'll figure out what's going on there. So, let's go and pick it up here. Welcome back, Takashi. Sora greeted me as I stepped out of the elevator onto Svidostok. Thanks. Takashi, your face is swollen. Yeah, I know. Sora ready to compress for me back in the infirmary. I left the room holding it. It seems that Tsugumi will come back to this floor in a little while. But if we do find her, try not to get mad or yell at her. Huh? For a little while, I think it's best if we let her do as she wants. But why? I pressed the compress to my cheek. It started to hurt right about the time I had forgotten about it. Don't you think she might be quite nervous right now? She's thinking about things. She's pondering all sorts of things in her heart. Everyone's words will fall on deaf ears. She's not able yet to just listen, of course. You're worried about her injuries, but for a little while, let's leave her alone. If she's in any serious danger, I'll let you know right away. So, for just a little while, please, Takashi. Alright. I nodded assent to Sora's earnest request. I went slowly down the stairs of Svidostok. My footsteps echoed quietly. I don't think it's an accident that she came to be here. Sora continued speaking right next to me. Not an accident. I do not know the details. Oops. This is the first time for me to encounter a case like hers. I don't have any data for this. But it seems to me that she has her reasons. Reasons that are difficult to explain. Something that is hard for others to understand. Something that compelled her to act even if it made her injuries worse. And that's what I feel. Earlier, you were saying the same thing. Hey, what? Oh, you was saying the same thing. You was? Yes. That we shouldn't probe. That until she wants to tell us, we shouldn't press for information. See. Maybe I had gotten a little too close to her boundaries. Boundaries she didn't want to invade it. Whatever feelings and reasons she didn't want us to know about. Is that why I was warned, harassed, and pummeled? I mean, part of it. If I thought about it that way, it made more sense. Well, maybe so. Maybe I came down too hard. At last, we reached the 3rd floor. I had heard from Sora that you and the kid were holed up in the central control room because she wanted to figure something out. She said that Coco and Pee-Pee had gone off somewhere on a walk.
Wonder where they went.
When I asked Sora that, she put her finger to her lips and smiled.
各自自習時間ってことでいいんじゃありませんか?
Shall we say individual study time? Doesn't sound odd at all, but okay. We were the only ones in the conference room. Study time. Sora turned over the observation of Lemieux to the automatic Lemmy control system for a few hours. That would ensure Tsugumi and Yu some privacy. And give Sora a break, too. So, there she sat in a chair in the conference room, looking at the whiteboard. I stood at the whiteboard, dry marker in hand, playing professor. A private lesson, one-on-one. And the reason we started that was... Coco and the kid were giving rave reviews of Yu's speech. What was it like? I asked her, but she wouldn't tell me. Akshi, do you know? Well, yeah, but it's not like I have the whole thing memorized. I know, I'll give you a lecture just as good. No, better than Yu's. And that's how it started. The title of my lecture was The Psychology of Love. I was playing to the crowd. But I hadn't decided what to talk about. It was all ad-lib.
Let's see. When is your birthday, Mr. Kanagasaki?
I would just choose a random starting point.
倉成さんどうしたんです急に
Takashi, what are you...
No.
I wagged my finger in front of my face. Then I pointed at Sora and said,
Miss Kanagasaki.
Professor Takahashi. I said and pointed at myself.
Prendez-vous, okay?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna assume he probably actually said that in English in the original version, since she responded with okay, but whatever. Ah, oui. She nodded.
倉成先生
Professor Takashi.
Very good. Once again. When is your birthday, Miss Kanagasaki?
レミは1992年9月16日から開発が始められました
Development of Lemmy started on September 16, 1992.
プロトタイプが完成したのが2000年の10月です
The prototype was finished in October of 2000.
空 RSD システムが稼働を始めたのはそれから11年後の4月
Actual operation of the Sora RSD system began in April 11 years later.
ですので私は2011年4月2日生まれということになります
Which means that I was born on April 2nd, 2011.
2011? Oh my, what a very young student you are. Wait, you're only 6 years old?
いえ私は24歳です
No, I'm 24.
How's that?
理由はわかりません
I'm not sure the reason myself.
去年も一昨年も3年前も4年前もずっと24歳でした
This year and last, even 3 and 4 years ago, I've been 24.
生まれた時から私は24歳なのです
I've been 24 since I was born.
設定上の年齢ではありますが
Of course, it's just my programmed age.
実際私は人間のように老いることはありませんから
I don't actually age like humans do.
したがっておそらくこれからも永遠に24歳のままなのでしょう
So, I'll always be 24 eternally, I'm afraid. I have to admit, it would have been strange to hear her say I'm 41 looking the way she did. They must have predicted that such a time would come, fixed her eternally at age 24.
Okay. I see. Then I shall accept that you're 24, Miss Kanagasaki. In that case, I think that you should learn the appropriate behavior for someone your age.
She cocked her head to the side, a little
つ
bewildered.
まり私は今24歳らしくないということですか
You mean that I don't seem 24 right now?
Yes, that's exactly my point. Your average 24-year-old is, more, how can I say? There's a bit more sparkle.
ギラギラですか
Sparkle?
T ゾーンをもう少しばかりテカらせた方が現実味があるというご指摘でしょうか
Are you saying that my face should be more shiny?
No, that's not what I mean. 24 is when you start thinking about marriage.
はあ結婚ですか
Ah, marriage.
You become friends with someone at 24 and then date for a few years, marry around 26, 27. That's the key, marrying into moolah.
白金税
Moolah?
酵素の一種でしょうか
Does that have to do with cows?
No. I guess my reference was a little dated. Listen up, you're asking too many questions. Be quiet until your teacher stops talking. I'll take all questions at the end, alright?
Sora nodded silently.
Now then, back to what I was saying. Sparkle. It's the gleam in your eyes as you frantically search for the object of your affection. All, of course, is a preamble to get. That's what I'm speaking of. Till 23, you choose a man who will be an appropriate boyfriend. After 24, you choose a man who will be an appropriate husband. You might think that an appropriate husband would be the one that promises a bright future. But, to borrow the words of the ancients, it all comes down to the three heights. High education, high salary, high in stature. That would be the ideal individual. You think there's really guys like that out there? If you're feeling greedy, you might also look for someone who's kind and handsome, who cares more about his family than his job. In other words, what? Search the whole world, never find a guy like that.
先生、血圧が上がっているようですが
Professor, you seem upset.
Sorry, it's a little traumatic. Excuse me. So, because of all that, the 24-year-old woman could be a very severe creature. Clever and calculating. And in order to bring down her prey, she must have the social skills of a little devil. Do you understand?
She cocked her head. I wanted to sigh, but I pulled myself together to make a declaration.
Well, perhaps it's better if you put this theory into practice. Let's try it.
はい倉成さん
All right, Mr. Takashi.
Professor.
倉成先生なんとかやってみます
Yes, Professor Takashi. I'll try my very best.
No. That kind of talk is a no-no.
は
Huh?
Not yes, I'll try my very best, but more, devilishly, coquettishly. 1, 2, 3, go.
あんなもん急にできるわけねえだろぶっ殺すぞてめえこらこけっこパタパタ
The hell? See if I can do something like that right away. I'll kill you, you bastard. Bark, bark, bark. I don't know if that was supposed to be a chicken noise, but I don't know what else to do that as. Whatever.
No, that's all wrong. It's not devilish, it's downright demonic. And that's not coquetry, that's poultry. Alright, good, I was right.
最初から難しすぎますよ先生
Professor, this is a bit too difficult for me to start with.
Really?
そうですよ
Yes.
Alright then, how about you start by not speaking so formal?
はいそういうのがいいですそういう簡単なのが
Yes, something like that would be better. Something easier.
Using the same example. Yes, I'll try my very best. In casual conversation, this would be, sure, I'll give it a try.
やってみるよ
Sure, I'll give it a try.
See, you can do it if you try.
Sora's face was lit up with a smile.
なんだか面白いですねもっと教えてください
This is interesting. Please teach me more. Her eyes shone.
This is like so fun. Now you try.
なんか超面白い
Oh, this is like so fun. We did this for several hours.
Alright, the time's come to see the fruits of your labor. Go forth, my prize pupil.
Coco and Pee-Pee were jumping up and down in the rest area.
ソラさん
Oh, Miss Sora!
ねえソラさんすぐみ見かけなかった
Hey, Sora, did you find Tsugumi?
えつぐみ見てないけど
Oh, Tsugumi, I haven't seen her.
そんなことよりさココ誰かいい男紹介してくんない
Anyways, Coco, don't you know any cute guys you could hook me up with?
この前のコンパがマジ最悪で
The guys this party last week were, like, such losers. I love this nice confused look on Coco's face.
ソラさん
Sora?
長男ばっかセットすんじゃねえよとか思ったし
I I was like, I'm sick of eldest sons, man. I want something fresh.
しかもそこらの飲み屋でさ、割り勘とかさせようとすんの。
And then they wanted to go
い
Dutch.
やでも盛り下がるっつうの。ね
You believe it? It's like total junk. I think Takashi just totally broke Sora. That seems like the appropriate reaction, except she's supposed to be like, you know, in high school or something, not, you know, a 6-year-old like she looks like. But that's okay. Coco bursts into tears. And Pee-Pee's all pissed off. There we go. Pee-Pee let out a terrified roar. Okay, that's not what that sound effect was, but that's okay.
え。何よ。
What's the matter?
何がそんなに気に入らないわけ？
You don't like my new way of talking.
ちょっと、どうしたのよ。
Hey, what's going on? You came running.
あ、なんだ言うじゃない。
Oh, hey, it's you.
最近メール来ないんだけど。何？超忙しいわけ？
Oh my. I haven't heard from you for like forever, girl. What, you like busy like a bee or something? What?
どうしちゃったの、ソラ。
What's happened to you, Sora?
何ビビった顔してんのよ。
What are you looking all scared for?
まったくかったるいわよね。仕事なんてさっさか終わらせてさ。
Really? How not cool. Hurry up and put an end to your work then.
クラブとかどっか夜通し遊べるとことか行きたくない？
You wanna go clubbing or something? Don't you just want to stay out all night?
クラダリ、あんたの仕業か。
Takeshi, did you do this? So, due to the general outcry, Sora went back to talking like her original self. No kidding. That was a terrible idea. Several hours had passed since Sora's outburst. You, Coco, and the kid had finished their meal and moved to the rest area, where they were relaxing and letting their food digest.
Okay then.
I had almost finished tidying up the kiosk. I pulled out the object I had secretly hidden behind the warmer. Actually, there had been one sausage left, back of the refrigerator. There are no hot dog buns, so I stuffed the sausage into a bread roll. Slapped on ketchup and mustard and took a big bite.
This is so good.
My mouth filled with the juicy flavors I bit down.
Eat.
Fried chicken sandwiches were good, but not every meal, every single day. I hid in the back of the kiosk and devoured the sausage.
あ、クラナリさん、ここにいらしたんですか。
Oh, Takashi, there you are. Surprised by Sora's voice, I had choked on a piece of sausage. Sora appeared in front of me. I don't know how to translate that, so that's okay.
クラナリさん、しっかりしてください。
Takashi, are you alright? Blinking and struggling, I finally managed to swallow the chunk of meat. I swallowed the rest of the sausage in one bite to remove the evidence. I struggled to control my breathing.
Sora,
はい、なんでしょう。
Yes, what is it?
not a word about what you just saw, okay?
ええ、構いません。承知しました。
Yes, alright, I understand.
でも、何してたんです？何か食べていたんですか？
But what were you doing? Were you eating something?
Oh, well, if you don't know, it doesn't matter.
As usual, Sora feigned ignorance. It looked like she didn't remember my love psychology lecture. It's probably for the best, dude. It was just as well.
ところで、さっき小松さんと少し話をしてきました。
By the way, I just had a talk with Tsugumi.
No, really.
Surprised, I believe.
You were able to talk with Tsugumi?
はい。小松さんが救護室に戻ってらしたので、声をかけてみたんです。
Yes, she returned to the infirmary, so I went to see her.
そしたら、小松さんの方から私に話しかけていただいて。
Tsugumi was actually the one to speak first.
Oh?
ええ。それで、少しやりすぎた。医療機器を壊してしまってごめんなさいと言ってました。
Yes, she said she was sorry for going too far and smashing medical equipment.
Apologize, Tsugumi?
はい。
Yes. I was surprised. No, I was really surprised.
それから私に奇妙な質問をされました。
And then she asked me a really strange question.
A strange question? What did she ask?
そうですね。
Well,
私の過去について何か知っているか
she said, "What do you know about my past?"
というようなことを小松さんは聞かれて、
I didn't know what to say.
And?
知らないと私は答えました。
I told her I didn't know anything
知らなかったものですから。
because I didn't know anything.
Oh. It was a strange question. Where's Tsugumi now?
I said this trying to restrain my sense of urgency.
私が答えると小松さんはうなずいてベッドに横になりました。
She nodded at my answer and went to bed.
Bed? She went back to the infirmary to bed.
そういうことになりますね。
Yes.
Are you sure? Is that where she is now?
ええ、多分そうです。
Yes, probably.
Probably. Can you check to make sure Tsugumi isn't wandering around instead of taking it easy?
I nodded, but Sora looked troubled.
What's wrong? I'll take a quick scan.
Yes, well,
倉成さん、私
Takashi, I...
緊急の時以外はセンサーでのスキャンはなるべく使わないことにしたんです。
I don't like to scan with the sensors unless it's an emergency.
What?
ほら、倉成さんにも一人になりたい時ってあるでしょ？
There are times when you want to be alone, right, Takashi?
他にも内緒話したい時とか二人きりになりたい時とか。
And times when you want to talk about something secret or be alone with somebody?
私も皆さんのプライバシーは守りたいと思いまして。
I want to protect people's privacy.
スキャンすると全部わかってしまいますから。ね。
If I scan, then I know everything. Sora's smile was slightly uncomfortable. Sora went to check on Lemmy, and I went to the second floor infirmary. I hope she's resting properly.
Hey, Tsugumi, can I come in?
I spoke into the intercom and opened the door. The infirmary was quiet again. All the smashed equipment had been tidied up. Sure enough, Tsugumi was there.
Oh, you really are in bed. I don't believe it.
Perhaps sensing my presence, Tsugumi opened her eyes. She doesn't need to sense his presence, he's over there talking.
何よ。うるさいわね。
Oh, what? Could you keep it down? Her voice was normal.
私がここにいない方が良かった？
Am I not supposed to be here or something?
No, not at all. I was just surprised, that's all.
驚いた？
Surprised?
Yeah, surprised. Came back.
ええ。まあ、ね。
Yeah. Well,
あの区画からは戻ってくるしかないわ。どこにも行けないもの。
I had to come back from that sector. There's nowhere to go.
That's not what I... no, never mind. Anyway, I'm glad you're back.
よかった。
Glad?
Yeah, glad. Leave?
ふん。
Oh, really? Tsugumi looked at me intently. As she spoke, she lay back down and slowly closed her eyes.
あんまり大声出さないでくれる？
Keep your voice down, okay?
少し頭が痛むの。音が頭に響くから。
My head hurts a little. Noise makes it worse.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, are you hungry? You want me to make you a sandwich?
ええ。頼むわ。
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll go get you one. Wait right here. I'll be back soon, okay? So don't move.
I tried not to make any noise as I left. As soon as I got out of the infirmary, I sprinted to the third floor. The kiosk had been cleaned up, but I turned the fire back on and heated up the chicken. I hurried, but worked carefully. I heated the bread and browned it slightly. Spread on the special sauce and chose the best piece of lettuce. Hurriedly wrapping the hot sandwich, I left the kiosk. I sprinted back to the infirmary. I had been away less than 10 minutes. She was probably sick of waiting. I punched the open button until the door opened.
Sorry it took so long.
I called out softly as I approached the quiet bed.
I took more trouble with this than usual. It's a masterpiece. Eat it before it gets cold. Huh?
Maybe she's asleep. I approached the bed, but there's no answer.
Hey, Tsugumi. Tsugumi, it's your food. Delicious sandwich. Get what's hot.
I called softly, but there's no response.
Tsugumi.
I tried yelling.
Said, here's your food. You gonna eat it? Say something.
Grab? I pulled back the blanket on the bed. Tsugumi wasn't there. The bed was still slightly warm.
She's gone. Told her not to move.
I let out a deep sigh. I held my head in my hands. I resisted the urge to throw the sandwich against the wall.
Where on earth did that stupid girl run off to?
Without thinking about it, I stamped my foot. Crunch? I felt something hard under my shoe.
Huh?
I lifted my foot and looked down. Whatever I'd stepped on was pulverized under my feet. Small pieces smelled faintly. I bent down and spread them out on my hand.
Looks like nuts.
Glancing under the bed, I found a rolled up sheet stuffed underneath. I pulled it out. I found a bag which had probably contained the nuts and an empty box. They looked like souvenirs bought at some shop. Were these here when we searched the place?
Had Tsugumi smuggled them in?
Was she eating them in secret? No, that explanation didn't feel quite right. I thought the nuts were crushed because I had stepped on them. But there was also a large amount of powder under the bed. Someone had deliberately crushed the nuts. I pulled the box out from under the bed and glanced inside. A section of the lid had been torn off. The box was filled with cotton with a soft hollow in the center. It looked like the nest of some small animal. I considered the evidence. Cotton in the box and scattered pieces of nut. Did Tsugumi have some kind of pet? Seemed a reasonable conclusion. In that case,
maybe she's gone looking for a pet. But where exactly? I couldn't ask Sora.
Yeah, I couldn't ask Sora, but just trying to call her? I don't know. I think it might be typo. I called Sora from the infirmary terminal, but she didn't appear. I looked at the map of the meal on the monitor, but could detect no signs of life. Where in the vicinity would Lemmy's... What? Where in the vicinity would there be a large terminal functioning? I have no idea what this sentence means, but that's okay. Moving on.
Of course, the security office.
If I went there, I'd probably learn something. I left the infirmary and turned left down a corridor. When I arrived at the security office, I opened the door and flew inside. There was somebody already there. Tsugumi was sitting in a chair in front of the console. She was engrossed in something and didn't notice me come in. She was doing something at the console. On the screen was a zoomed-in section of the map. A strange point of light was moving across the enlarged section of the map. The light indicated a sign of life. She hit the key. One portion of the screen changed, and the remote camera zoomed in on whatever was reacting. A living creature was visible on the monitor. Phew. Tsugumi breathed a sigh of relief.
A rat.
At the sound of my whisper, Tsugumi swung around. She blinked.
It's a rat, isn't it?
A gray rat was running along a pipe. The map showed the isolated sector on the third floor.
Is it that rat you're looking for?
Masaka.
Of course not. Tsugumi was obviously flustered.
I looked under your bed and saw the box. There were nuts everywhere.
She looked away.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Anyway, I wonder how that dirty rodent got here.
Dirty rodent? Tsugumi's voice was suddenly hysterical. I was a little taken aback.
It's not a rat?
It's a Jungarian hamster. I think.
Really? Oh, so that's what it's called, the Jungarian... Huh? You're pretty knowledgeable, Skip.
そのぐらい誰だって知ってるわ。
Everybody knows what they're called. Her chest puffed out slightly.
So, you're looking for that rat?
違う。
No,
ネズミじゃないって言ったでしょ。
I told you it's not a rat.
Not rat, but hamster. You're looking for the hamster.
Tsugumi seemed to nod her head reluctantly. The movement was so small I wasn't even sure if she'd made it. Tsugumi looked back at the
多
monitor.
分どこかのパイプを通って向こうまで行ったんだと思う。
Probably traveled through some pipe.
Pipe?
電気ケーブルが収容されてるパイプとか細い通気口とか。
The powers with the electrical cables or the power sockets.
Oh, I see.
Her finger traced the map. Nobody could walk to where the hamster was. The top right of the screen showed an area underwater. It seemed there was one room still empty. Oh, up here, I guess. It was even further away than the isolated area on the 3rd floor. It wasn't very clear on this map, but there was one emergency corridor in the sector. I committed the Muse map to memory.
Jeez, I guess I'll just have to...
I grabbed a plastic bag from the trash can and headed for the exit.
ちょっとどこ行くつもり？
Where do you think you're going?
Where do you think I'm going? I'm gonna go get him.
誰を？
Who?
That funny looking hamster.
無理よ。
There's no way you'll make
あっちのエリアとこことは水没したエリアで隔てられてるのよ。
There's a section underwater between here and
パ
there,
イプは人間が通れる太さじゃないし。
and no human can fit through the pipe. I ignored her and left the security office. Awesome. Alright, well, that little rescue mission seems like as good of a place as any to go call for today. So, as always, thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you next time.